Hello everyone, in this video I will explain to you how destructive the fires happened in Amazon rainforest are. Amazon rainforest is the biggest forest in the world. 5.5 million kilometers square, Amazon rainforest is titled as the lungs of the world. It covers most of the northwestern part of Brazil. The forest also extends to Colombia, Peru, and some other countries. The Amazon rainforest happened in 2019 shocked everyone. Amazon rainforest is burning parts by parts every day. From comparing the numbers of forest fires between 2019 and 2018, I noticed that the number of fires in just August of 2019 is more than 30,000. If the president of Brazil did not order to stop burning the fires by the late August, then the forest fires happened later the year will be much greater than the number of forest fires happened last year in the same period. Worth to know, most of the forest fires are small, man-made fires, and they're not those wildfires. If you think that the number of forest fires happened in 2019 is the greatest among the history, then you are wrong. Compared to the fires happened in the past 20 years, the forest fires in 2019 is about the medium in the past 20 years. Well, then some might ask, what is the area of the burned forest? Provided by IMPE, the data shows that the forest fires have burned 6,839 kilometers squares, and the area of Shanghai is only about 6,340 kilometers square, which means the burned area of Amazon rainforest is as large as the city of Shanghai. Then another question might pop up in your mind. Why forest fires so frequently happen? Well, let's talk about the geological location of the Amazon rainforest. Amazon rainforest covers 65% of Brazil, leaving the rest 35% of the land for the Brazilian. And Brazil's economy largely depends on its agricultural exports. The president of Brazil changed the Brazilian forest law due to too many appeals from the farmers, and he allowed the local farmers to create land for ranching and farming by burning down the forest. According to WWF, more than 790,000 kilometers square of Amazon rainforest is burned after the modification of the forest law, meaning that the burned area is about the area of 100 Shanghai combined or 1,000 of New York City combined. After learning a bit about the Amazon forest fire, let's talk about how destructive the impact is. When we are talking about the impact of fires, we will first think of the global warming. The fundamental cause of the global warming is the atmosphere. When some sun rays hit the atmosphere, some will be reflected back into the space, while the rest will enter into the atmosphere. As the sunlight hits the Earth will absorb its heat and reflect part of the rays. Only a fraction of the sunlight will pass through the atmosphere and reflect and go back to the space, while the rest of them will remain in the atmosphere. The sunlight will be absorbed and reflected by the greenhouse gases to warm the entire planet. Greenhouse gases include water vapor, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and methane. The more industrial activities and the more greenhouse gases are released, causing more greenhouse gases to be absorbed to warm the Earth. While some may say atmosphere is the direct cause of the global warming, I would say yes, but not exactly. What is directly causing the rise of temperature is that we are continuously emitting greenhouse gases inside the atmosphere. Those greenhouse gases absorb heat and warm the entire planet. And burning the forest is a means of largely releasing the greenhouse gases. We all know that trees will absorb carbon dioxide in the air and release oxygen. The carbon from the carbon dioxide will be stored in the trees to help them grow. When the carbon stored in the trees meet the fire that needs oxygen to burn, abundance of carbon dioxide will be released. Amazon rainforest is the largest rainforest in the world. It provides 20% of the world's oxygen. If the global temperature increases 3 Celsius degrees after the Industrial Revolution, 75% of the Amazon rainforest will be destroyed. And for now, 15 to 17% of the Amazon rainforest has already been destroyed. If 20% of the forest is destroyed, then the forest can no longer sustain the internal moisture. The oxygen supplies of the Amazon rainforest will also theoretically decrease 25%. We know that trees will absorb CO2 from the air to produce oxygen. If we burn down the trees that can purify the air, are we not killing ourselves? Well, let me introduce you the impact of the fires to the local ecosystem. Forests are homes to most animals. Cutting or burning down trees means animals will lose their homes. In fact, the severity of destroying forests is much more serious than we think. There were about 6.5 million known species live on land, and some scientists predict that the true value will lie between 10 to 100 million. And 10% of known species live in Amazon rainforest. If Amazon rainforest is destroyed, not only human beings will be impacted, but also those vulnerable animals. Let us get into the idea of habitat fragmentation. For example, this is a forest, and each grid is about 1 kilometer long. And animals will usually tend to live 1 kilometer away from the edge of the forest. And this forest is 4 by 4, which means the living area for the animals will be only 2 by 2. The distance living away from the edge will depend on the animals and the forest. If the forest is like this, then the animal's habitat will be divided into two. If the farmer who wants to clear the forest for ranching and farming set up a fire at the edge of the forest, then the fire will burn to where animals live. The animals that run fast will save themselves from the fire, but those tiny and slow-moving animals will be burned to death. What's more, the death of thousands and millions of animals will cause the collapse of the entire Amazon rainforest ecosystem. Once any animal species become extinct in the biological chain, the predators of that species will go extinct due to the lack of food, and the other predators of that predator will also go extinct. There's countless small biological chain in Amazon rainforest, but the Amazon rainforest is a humongous biological chain that combines the small ones. The collapse of any small biological chain will trigger the collapse of the others. It means that in the end, all animals in the Amazon rainforest will be extinct one day. Till now, the Earth has experienced 5 massive extinctions so far, and now we are experiencing the 6th one. What triggers this is not the hit from meteorites from the space, nor the eruption from a supervolcano. What actually causes this is humans themselves. Scientists predict that there are about 150 to 200 species going extinct every day. The fire set up by the humans not only burns the future of humans, but also the lives of trillions of animals.